This summer, the Golden State Warriors lost Klay Thompson to the Dallas Mavericks and Chris Paul to the San Antonio Spurs. Two key all-stars that were a part of their 2024 roster that, of course, they had championship aspirations. There's been a lot of buzz around the Golden State Warriors that their stars are getting fed up there. It started off with Klay Thompson bringing up frustration of him being benched, not getting enough minutes, just simply about what's going on in the Bay Area, and even we've heard rumors about Draymond Green, who currently is on the roster, also even getting fed up, and there are even rumors about him potentially was about to even leave and go to Memphis. But good news for Warriors fans is that Stephen Curry alone himself has said that he is going nowhere. After Klay Thompson left and Chris Paul, these are the words from Steph himself. I want to be greedy and say we can be relevant and be in the mix and give ourselves a realistic chance to win while I'm still growing these gray hairs and doing high school visits in the Bay for my daughter. It's crazy, just the nature of where I'm at. But yes, all that to say I love the Bay, and the Bay is home, and I never want that to change. It is more possible and likely that Stephen Curry does not leave the Golden State Warriors even if he becomes frustrated. I actually see Steph Curry retiring in the Bay Area, but as he just mentioned in the quote, he still wants to be competitive and still want to try to make a push for the championship with the team around him. After losing Klay Thompson and Chris Paul, people are saying the Warriors had a terrible offseason, but I'm here to tell you that their offseason has quietly been amazing. Because Klay Thompson and Chris Paul are just big names, we think that the Warriors lost stars and they just got worse, but I actually believe that their additions actually made them better. As mentioned earlier, the Warriors lost Klay Thompson and Chris Paul, but they were able to add Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, and DeAnthony Melton. True NBA fans know where I'm getting at, that these role players are key to a championship squad, but there's even good news that the Warriors are not done their offseason yet. We're going to be getting into all of that in this video. But first, I just want to give a big shout out to the sponsors of this video. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring our channel. Listen, everybody, if you want to go to your first ever NBA game or your first ever event, you have to buy your tickets on SeatGeek because they give you the best prices, better than anywhere you can imagine. What's special about SeatGeek specifically is they actually tell you the seat value on where you're buying the ticket and would even tell you if it's a bad deal. You know, everywhere in our world today, they're trying to rip us off, but SeatGeek won't do that. So be sure to buy your tickets on SeatGeek, but wait, I got a promo code for you. If you use my code EasyBuckets on SeatGeek, you will get $20 off your first purchase. So don't miss out on this opportunity to go to an event and have the best time of your life. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring our channel. It was evident that Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson were the Splash Brothers because of their three-point ability together, but losing Klay Thompson, the Warriors really lost that three-point partner for Stephen Curry, another player to space the floor when teams are, double teaming Steph. But when you look at the numbers and the percentages of Buddy Hield and Klay Thompson, there's not really much of a difference in efficiency, just in the amount of shot attempts that both players were getting. If you look at these stats last year, Klay Thompson was averaging 17.9 points a game, averaging 39% from the three-point line, and shooting a total of 41% for his career at the three-point shooting. But now look at Buddy Hield. Last year for the 76ers, he averaged 12.2 points a game, averaged the same percentage as Klay Thompson at the three-point line at 39%, and as a career shooter, Buddy Hield averages 40% at the three-point line, 1% less than Klay Thompson. Buddy Hield might not be known to be, a flashy three-point shooter like Klay, where he might knock down 10 threes a game, but you know what? He might knock down a solid 3 to 5 a game, which is exactly what the Warriors need. We all know about Klay Thompson's horrible playoff shooting percentage. He had 0 points in the final Warriors playoff run, and let's be honest, I'm sure that Buddy Hield won't be that bad. I'm not saying that Buddy Hield is ever going to live up to the expectation on being another Splash Brother to Stephen Curry, but I do believe him coming off the bench to being their sixth man, I believe Buddy Hield is going to be a perfect replacement for Klay coming off the bench. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about DeAnthony Melton. Some of you might not even know who this player is simply because he's not a big name compared to Chris Paul. But I'm here to tell you that for a point guard replacement and the price the Warriors are paying for him, DeAnthony Melton is even going to do better than what Chris Paul did last season. When comparing stats of Chris Paul and De'Anthony Melton last season, look at the numbers of De'Anthony Melton, averaging 11.1 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, 3.0 assists, and 1.6 steals. But now look at Chris Paul's numbers last season with the Golden State Warriors: 9.2 points a game, 3.9 rebounds a game, 6.8 assists per game, and 0.1 steals per game. You know, what stands out in difference is the points per game. De'Anthony Melton scores more, but of course Chris Paul gives more assists. But look at the difference in steals: 1.6 to 0.1. De'Anthony Melton brings a versatile scorer for the Warriors, but also a great on-ball defender at the guard position. I'm telling you, the Warriors need that. They need a guard that can guard the other guards in the league, and De'Anthony Melton, with his younger age to Chris Paul, is already an upgrade in my opinion. When the Warriors got Chris Paul last season, I'm like, it's not gonna work. Chris Paul and Steph Curry, two all-star guards, it just doesn't work, and clearly the Warriors didn't even make the playoffs. It was evident of that. But a De'Anthony Melton kind of guard is exactly what the Warriors need. And now let's talk about Kyle Anderson. I cannot believe the Warriors got Kyle Anderson for the price they're paying for him. Kyle Anderson is one of those versatile forwards that every championship squad needs. He's not going to average 20 points per game for you, but he's going to be an off-the-bench captain. He's going to encourage the team to play defense and also be an all-around team player. He was a big part of the Timberwolves' run to go all the way to the conference finals, was a big part to Anthony Edwards' development, and as a teammate leader, Kyle Anderson brings this attitude of a grit and grind personality that the Warriors, I believe, got a hidden gem out of him. With the addition of Kyle Anderson, the Warriors have at least 3 solid forwards they can rely on. They got, of course, Kyle Anderson, Andrew Wiggins, and a developing Jonathan Kuminga. Losing big names of Klay Thompson and Chris Paul hurts, especially on the name value point of view, but in terms of skill, age, development, Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, and De'Anthony Melton is a solid replacement. Easy Buckets family, you gotta hear what I'm saying right now. The Warriors actually got better this summer. But wait, there are rumors that the Warriors are not done. The Warriors are targeting another All-Star to complete their roster before the season starts. Do you know who this All-Star is? The Warriors are targeting Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz. We're hearing rumors that Mike Dunleavy are in heavy pursuit of the forward. With the Warriors right now in much need of size, they basically only have Kevon Looney and Trayce Jackson-Davis. They need another big to help them guard the bigs in the Western Conference, such as Cat, Rudy Gobert, and of course Nikola Jokic. Markkanen comes in handy as a 7-footer, but wait, he's a 40% three-point shooter, another player that could replace that Splash Brother persona who averaged 24 points per game the last 2 seasons. The trade the Warriors would have to offer is Jonathan Kuminga, 2 first-round picks for Lauri Markkanen. The problem with this trade is the Warriors do not want to give up Jonathan Kuminga and would rather give up Andrew Wiggins. But if I was the Utah Jazz, I would probably only accept this deal if Jonathan Kuminga was in the picture. One thing's for sure though, Lauri Markkanen is a better upgrade over Jonathan Kuminga all day. But if I was the Golden State Warriors, I would still pull the trigger. But there's also another team on the radar that everybody is talking about, that they had a terrible offseason, but I believe they had a great offseason, and that is the Los Angeles Clippers. Easy Buckets family, I'm looking deep into this situation to prove to you that the Clippers actually are a better team after losing Paul George, and I cannot wait to make a video for you about this topic. But of course, be sure to not miss my recent video I made talking about the Lakers and a specific trade and move they have to make to solidify LeBron James' final championship run. You can find it with the link on the screen. But besides that, guys, thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. This is Soon from Easy Buckets signing out.